Hey, Jose, we need another one for your collection, eh? Hey, look, Poodle! Hey, how come you're not playing hockey, eh? Don't do that.
They're not the canned garbage that you listen to. They're real. They're from Canada. It's super cold, so they have to rock super hard to stay warm. I'll take your word for it.
Confined under the psychiatric care.
Now, I think he just pressed one of these buttons here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the Dog Show Drive.
Canadian edition.
I'm Will Alexander.
And I'm Yvonne Norton.
This week in the Dog Show Drive, we're going to talk about breed clubs, the parent clubs, the importance of joining a club and what you get out of it, and who is allowed to join these clubs. We're going to talk about more Westminster history. And we're going to talk about the dog show that happened last week in Canada, our first dog show of the year. So all that and so much more right here.
So much more.
Same bat channel, same bat time, the Dog Show Drive.
Canadian edition.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Dog Show Drive.
Canadian edition.
Canadian edition. I always have to remind her of her line. I'm Will Alexander.
And I'm Yvonne Norton.
So what do we got going this year? How was your week, Yvonne? What are you doing?
Oh, it is snowing so hard here today. It's not even funny. I told the kids, stay home, just stay home. It's snowing. So like we got a lot of snow.
How hard is it snowing?
How hard? If the snow was nuclear fallout, we'd be Chernobyl.
Oh.
That kind of is dark. That's a little dark.
It is kind of dark, yeah.
Maybe if the snow was like Skittles, we'd have a lake from a rainbow. How's that?
Yeah. I think we both failed improv class.
I think we need to move on. My week was good. Ooh, I bought a new coat. I'm very excited about my new coat.
Oh, you told me about your new coat.
Yes,
yeah.
I did. Because then if you stand beside me when we're at Westminster, you're not going to look like you brought a homeless person with you.
What if I had the t-shirt on that says, I'm stupid?
We could. That's what it is. I'm with stupid.
Stupid's with me.
Stupid's with me. Exactly. Those would be fitting t-shirts for us, though.
It would be.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
There was a dog show last weekend
Are
in
you
Canada.
Really?
Oh, Canada.
Canada. Yes. Out West.
Out West.
One of my favorite shows. Well, I think it's kind of, you like going to that show too.
I do like going to the Evelyn Kenney.
Because it's where our friends gather.
Where our friends gather.
Gotta stop doing that.
So let's do Across Canada. It is driven by
Dog Show Magazine, where every dog takes center stage.
Dog Show Magazine, Show Scene Magazine.
This is why I know.
Practicing, I should have stuck with it. I should have just
told
let
you,
it go.
This is why I'm not in charge of promos. I can't do it.
Scene Magazine, Show Scene, where every dog takes center stage.
There we go.
All right.
Anyway, yes. So, Evelyn Kenney Kennel and Obedience Club held in Calgary, Alberta, down at the Stampede grounds. On Friday, the Best in Show was judged by I'm going to say it's McGee.
It is McGee, yes.
Yep. And there was 421 dogs, and Kay McGee is from Australia. And Saturday's
He's
Best
here
in
this week in Wildwood.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah. She gets to see our whole country.
Yeah, I think they share judges, those two kennel clubs.
Yeah,
so.
A lot of clubs do that, which is a really good idea, actually.
Smart idea. Yeah.
Very. And then on Saturday, the Best in Show was judged by Mr. Randy Guerin, and he's from North Carolina, the well-known Mr. Guerin. And on Sunday, the Best in Show was judged by Sue Bounds, and she too was from Australia. Is she also heading across the country as well?
I believe she is, yes.
How nice. How nice. So the entries this year, they pretty much held their own. They basically was the same as last year. 417 on Friday, 454 on the Saturday, and 434 on the Sunday.
Oh, they stayed close because this year was 421 on the Friday, 455 on Saturday, and 448 on the Sunday.
Yes. So good job. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone gets pretty excited because it's the first show of the year. And the grounds that's a good that's a good facility to go to. You know, it is barn-ish, but we've all had
it's tradition though. I like to go on that show site. It's like our old show site at exhibition grounds, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very good. Other judges that were there were Todd Foley, our friend Todd Foley from Nova Scotia, Christine Erickson from Arizona, and Valerie Ramsey from BC. So
very good.
That was that. Yes.
Yeah. And it was a huge success. I saw that. So everybody seemed to enjoy themselves.
Yes. Well attended. I think it's the Collie and Shetland Sheepdog Club. They have a big specialty there. So all that too, well attended, much like last year. So very exciting. Very exciting. Yes. Very exciting. Probably really exciting to see some new dogs come out onto the scene.
Yes, because there were some new dogs. There's always new dogs. It's always fun to see them.
Yes, exactly. So now we have some reminders for upcoming closings. The ones coming up really quick here are on February 5th. Both the Ladies Kennel Club of BC and the Woodstock and District Canine Association, they both close, as I said, on February the 5th. The Victoria Kennel Club and the Vancouver Island Pointing Dog Club Specialty both close on February 12th. And also the Mount Cheam Canine Association closes on the 12th of February as well. And then, because we don't have that much still going on yet, more upcoming shows. Let's look into March. Let's look ahead. So Prince Albert Kennel and Obedience Club, March 14th through the 16th in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, indoors. I like how Megan put indoors. Yeah, not too many of us are going to be showing outside with snowshoes. Anyway, the closing date for that is February 21st at noon Central, and the show secretary there is Carrie Proudlove. Also, Halifax Kennel Club, 4 all-breed shows. And I'm not sure if Megan's punking me here, but the address for the show secretary there is Some Beach Somewhere Pavilion. 53.
I hope she's not. I hope that's the real name. That's cool.
I do too, because, you know. So anyway, 73 Lure Island Avenue, Bible Hill, Nova Scotia. And the closing date for that show is Wednesday, February 26th at 6 p.m. Atlantic time. And that is... March 14th through the 16th in Bible Hill, Nova Scotia, also indoors. So, and that show secretary is Nancy Downing. And you can find all that and more on Canuck Dogs, your source of Canadian dog information. How about that? That was not bad, eh?
That wasn't bad, yeah.
Thanks. So, and you've got a new... we have
a new Coach's Corner coming out. It'll come out. It comes out the first Monday of every month.
Okay.
And I was speaking with George this morning, and it was a wonderful episode. It was changing your dog's anatomy on while you're moving the dog. Moving your dog, change your dog's anatomy. So
that's interesting. There's probably a lot.
You hear the bombing in the background here at all? No?
I didn't realize you were under attack.
I know. I almost broke into the turkeys are hitting the ground like wet bags of cement, but I stopped.
That's a good episode.
That
was my dad's favorite. Why? What's bombing in the background there?
I don't know what's going on back there, but something's going on.
All right. Well, until I see bullets flying past you, I'm not going to
hold on as long as I can.
Reporter on the scene.
Right.
So anyway,
this week's topic.
This week's topic, yes. This week's topic is the value of parent breed clubs.
Yeah, and I don't really I think it's great that we're doing parent breed clubs. I think just regular breed clubs is important as well too.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Like anytime.
But when somebody joins a breed club, a parent breed club, like say I wanted to join, I don't know, the PBGB Club of America,
Yes.
but I've only ever shown them, I've never bred them. Should I still be allowed to join? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
You could be, because no one ever, like, I don't know, I would never think to join a breed club that I wasn't actively participating in the breed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
I wonder if you can get I wonder if you can get memberships, like just like an avid fancier, like that's
general admission. A general admission member.
Exactly. Miscellaneous. Right? But I mean, a lot of that's interesting, because I also know that there are some breed clubs that if you don't have
you don't own or breed, you don't.
Yeah, they're like, no, get out of here.
So. I think you have to show you're you're in for the long haul.
Yes, not just some fly by night. Get all the breed secrets and leave.
But it's interesting because, like, let's say if I was a new PBGB owner, I guess then I should be allowed to join.
Yeah, because usually on the form that says something about, how many years have you been involved, how many dogs you may have at home, that kind of stuff. So, but that's also interestingly enough, if you're looking at getting that breed, to me, I would want to go and look at the parent club to see if I would want to be a member or join.
And would they let you join as an associate member to learn about the breed? I don't know.
Yeah. Because that would be, in my opinion, that'd be beneficial to a lot of clubs to have,
you're be educating people on the breed before they actually take the big step into buying one, right?
Right, exactly. Because there are some breeds that once you get into them, you're like, whoa, this was not for me.
What was I thinking?
Exactly. There is a lot of brushing that has to be done. So, yeah.
Not that I have a lack of commitment, but.
But yeah, I think, there is a lot of value to being a member of a breed club, not just the parent club as we were talking, but of a breed club. Because for me, I know this is going to sound crazy, but for me, it's the social aspect of it all and the camaraderie, right? I mean, that's why we kind of do this. I mean, anyway, it's
like the pink ladies on Grease.
Exactly. Oh, see, I always try and get Faith and Hope. I always say we all look like a team, and I always try to get us matching outfits. They don't do it anymore. They won't. It was a lot easier when they were little. So best now that I can do is if we have matching luggage. The one time when we went to the garden, I made us have matching carry-ons, and it was fun, but Faith hated it. But no, but I like but I do like the social aspect of the breed club and the mentorship that you can get from a breed club too.
Right.
And that's where you find your like, in my opinion, that's where you're going to really find your mentors, your good mentors, and people, because they're people that are invested in this breed. They have a lot of passion for it, and they're going to help, instill that in you and, give you a lot of advice and guidance. And
I would sure hope so, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm going to brag about my breed. I think that like the English setter clubs, both in Canada and in America, they are fantastic people as far as like welcoming people in, getting them on, the right path, helping with grooming and showing.
Because they have Garth Gorley.
Well, this is true. They do.
Both sides. Hi, I'm Garth.
Friend of the show, Garth Gorley.
Friend of the show, Garth Gorley. He's in Ontario, Garth Gorley.
Yeah.
When he's taking pictures in Quebec, it's Garth Gorley.
Gorley. For Garth. But and I remember that from being I got my first English setter in 1982. And I remember right away, I don't know why I was sent invitations to both parent clubs from Canada and the United States. I was sent invitations to join. And because I was a junior, I didn't have to have anybody sponsor me or anything. I just sent in my, I think they charge you like $15, and that was to cover.
Was that a junior membership then?
I believe so. I believe it was. And I think there was only $15 because it was to like cover postage costs, because every month I got a newsletter.
Oh, and I used to love the newsletter.
Oh, right? Like that was the best, was getting your newsletter. I belonged to the
English Cocker Club when I was a kid, in the Irish Center memo and whatnot. I used to love I'd run out to the mailbox to see if it was here yet.
Exactly. Wait for the old postman.
Yeah. I wait for your photos from the dog show all bent because I shoved them into your mailbox. Even though it says do not bend.
Do not bend. But yeah, the newsletter was like the highlight. Highlight. And with the club like that, the parent clubs too, they often they announce all the different specialties that are being held throughout the year, throughout the countries. And, all kinds of different stuff. And the testing, where testing is going on, and the other events that, your breeds do, like field trials, agility trials, all that kind of stuff. So it's to me, it's something you really should invest in, is being a member of, your parent club, and definitely whatever regional club that's close to you that you can be as well.
I agree. Like I as a youngster, I think it was almost crucial in my upbringing in those two breeds that I grew up in, because I learned so much about both those breeds from the members and from the newsletter. But just the gatherings, we used to have gatherings for our Sitter Club of Canada, and we'd have like giant lunches, and we'd all bring our puppies, puppy day, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And I have some cherished memories of our Sitter people because of that.
Oh,
I think
for
Garth
sure.
was there too.
I'm sure he was.
I think Garth was at everything. He's like Pennywise. You look at all those old pictures. There's Garth.
Yeah. Well, I remember. I can't. I don't know what show we were at. Oh, you know what? It might have been the anniversary show of the Edmonton Kennel Club. And we flew, a bunch of us from Thunder Bay flew out there because they had all kinds of specialties, an English setter specialty being one of them. And I had a male dog at that time. I think it was like an 85 or 86. And I believe I met the Stewarts at that show.
Greg and Isabel Stewart.
Yes. And they were so kind and so nice. And they offered to take me to the American National, because they were from Ontario as well. And they offered to take me to the American National that year and everything. I don't know why I didn't go. I think my mom said I couldn't. But yeah, I don't know why my mom wouldn't let me go with complete strangers. That's weird.
What's the big deal?
That's kind of weird. But anyway, I did get to. Anybody, Mom? You just don't want me to have fun. It was, but I mean, I cherished my friendship with the Stewarts for years and years to come, right? And then when I got to see more of them when I came and worked for you.
Yeah, well, we showed Johnny for a while for them, so.
Jesse.
Yes, Jesse. Jesse and Jean.
I don't got enough of Jesse and Jean. But that was, Reedwood's Dare to Dream.
Yes.
So, yeah, but that was
Johnny.
Anyway, but that's part of being within a parent club. And I know as a kid growing up here in Thunder Bay, we had a very large, if you can believe this, a very large and active Great Pyrenees Club. The Northwestern Ontario Great Pyrenees Club.
Thunder Bay was knee deep in the lore of the Great Pyrenees for a long time.
You always make fun of me. You're so terrible.
Knee deep in the lore.
But it was. We had like a big membership of, Great Pyrenees. And I remember boosters always being held and going to Winnipeg at those shows, and there'd be boosters. And the National was there at one time, I think during like the Northwinds Dog Show. So, where you never had to leave the facility because the hotel.
I like that. Yeah.
I know you do. That's your favorite type of show.
I like that. And going back
and going to the banquet and just being with all of your fellow, members of your breed, and I remember back then, and it doesn't happen as much now, but before, like when we showed is like, I have to refer to Great Pyrenees because I'm
knee deep in the lore.
Yes, knee deep. Like as a little kid, I remember even if we didn't win the breed that day, we stayed for the group because we cheered the Great Pyrenees on in the group. And it didn't and even if you didn't like that dog or whatever, you came and you cheered for your breed.
Right.
Right. And I think that's kind of been lost a bit now. And I always, when I lived out in Alberta, I have to hats off to the Great Dane people, because those Great Dane people out in Alberta, I'm not sure about, other areas, but the Great Dane people in Alberta, that's what they always did. And they always came out and cheered for the Great Dane in the group. And it was great to see. And I'm not just talking 3 or 4 people. I'm talking 10 to 15 people would still be there to cheer on their breed in the group. And I think that's very important as well. And you get that camaraderie.
So how mad do you think Megan would be at us if we quit the topic for this week after all the research she did? Well, that's the end of this topic of this week. On to the next.
Great job.
Good work, Megan.
Yes. So we thought as well, other than just Will and I droning on about memories, about us being little kids, Megan did a lot of research, really good research on some of the larger parent clubs that we have in North America here. So do you want to take it away, Will?
No, you can go ahead.
Start off with why? I have to do everything sometimes, it feels like.
Everything.
Everything.
Right. Okay, never mind, and I'll do it. Poodle Club of America.
Poodle Club of America.
It's from the PCA website. I love PCA. When we were showing so many poodles, before Allison and I got together, I really didn't have anything to do with poodles at all. And then when I started going to the shows to help her with poodles, because I showed sporting dogs, I really learned to love them. And by going to PCA, you really start to understand people's love for the breed.
Do you know, it's one of the, when people ask me what kind of dog should I get, I inevitably say, get a standard poodle.
Oh, my mother had one. They're wonderful house dogs. They're wonderful pets.
They're great hunting dogs. Everything, whatever. You can, they look so silly with that haircut. They don't have to have that haircut.
Exactly. And once they realize what the haircut traditionally meant, then they understand it more.
And when you shave a poodle down, it looks like a pointer.
It's basically, But PCA, Poodle Club of America, was formed in 1931 when interest in the breed was steadily climbing. In 1932, a new standard for the breed was approved by AKC and published. The first specialty show was held by the Poodle Club of America in June of 1932 at North Westchester, as would be the national specialties through June of 1937. In 1938, PCA held its first independent specialty at Far Hills, New Jersey. The entry of that first independent specialty was 142 poodles. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 38, yeah.
So the purposes of the Poodle Club of America is to encourage and promote the owning and breeding and training of purebred poodles, and to do all possible to bring their natural qualities to perfection. To do all in its power to protect and advance the interest of the breed, and to encourage sportsmanlike competition at dog shows, field trials, and obedience trials. That's a great mandate, but you think about some of the battles we've had at dog shows.
But I still think, battles, yes, still good sportsmanship for the most part.
Oh, yeah, for the most
part.
Yeah.
Thinking about last week.
Talk for a couple days, that's all.
So, Vulcan mind meld.
Crush your head.
I'm crushing your skull.
No matter how hard you stare at me, my head's not going to blow up.
It might. Yes.
On the website, www.poodleclubofamerica.org, you can find breeders, referrals, health information, educational resources, even events sanctioned by the club, and archives of poodle history. Poodle
history is fascinating, too.
It is.
Poodle history is fascinating. And the other thing that I would like to also touch on too is the amount of care and diligence that parent breed clubs put on health and health testing.
Yeah.
And that's it, like that is of utmost importance to us, especially as breeders, that, you know, we're using and, you know, continuing on sound bloodlines like that, and knowing what we've got in your pedigree as far as, you know, health issues go. Because, you know, the saying is you don't always need to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but bred correctly, you can start verging away from some of the more, you know, unlikely issues that do crop up in, you know, any breeds, but, you know, and, you know, your breed specific, you know, health issues as well. So.
And another aspect of the poodles, the handlers, not just the professional handlers, their commitment to presentation for the all breed shows, that's second to none. And no one understands staying up all night washing your dog's neck hair out. I remember us drying Woody's neck hair to headlights at the dog show. We were the only ones left the dog show, outdoor dog show. We used our headlights so we could see as we were drying Woody's neck hair out. You know, no dinner for if you won the group, you don't get to go have dinner. You have to wash out your poodle. You know, so,
exactly.
You know, people don't understand that, and you think about it. Because of that commitment, some of our best judges have come from the poodle world.
Yeah, so, for sure.
Because they're so committed to their breed, they easily absorb the rest of the breeds and learn the nuances.
Do you know the one thing I truly do miss? I mean, I always loved being an assistant.
Oh, you're gonna let me guess? Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna let you guess. The one thing that I truly miss. I mean, I always liked being an assistant more than a handler, but I actually truly miss, and this is how warped I am. I miss blow drying poodles.
Well, I'm sure anybody out there that wants Yvonne Norton to volunteer and dry some poodles for you, you can get a hold of us at dogshowtips.
Dogshowtips@gmail.com.
Because she misses it.
But it's so sad. If it's due, I do miss it because it was like...
You miss your hair getting cut up in the hair dryer and everything?
Do you remember that one time I got it caught in the Dremel? That was bad.
No.
That was bad. Learned a valuable lesson that week, kids. Always tie your hair back before dremeling nails. Right up the side of my forehead, too. Anyway.
All right.
But I do miss blow drying poodles.
Well, there you go.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I think you need to do this one too, and then I'll do the.
The National Beagle Club.
Beagle man, you need to do this.
It is the AKC parent club of the Beagle breed, as well as the American Registry and recognizing body for formal Beagle, Basset, and Harrier packs.
Oh, I didn't know that it was Basset and Harrier packs.
Well, at the NBC at the Aldi, Virginia, where our clubhouse is, there are packs there, and they run packs there. It's amazing. It's really
go on.
You can rent cabins around the rings, and those cabins are all for owners of the packs or hunters that would go out with the packs. And there are still dogs that are still, if you can go out and walk the back and see the dogs that are waiting to be in the packs. Like it's really amazing. It really is.
Oh, see, stuff like that. That's my jam. That's what I really like to watch. Yeah. That's my jam. I really like to watch dogs do what they were originally bred to do. And because to me, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing a dog do inherently what the instincts are, right? It's fascinating. It's just fascinating. Yeah. So, okay.
My dogs are inherently lying around me sleeping right now. Waiting for me to be finished so I can make DINNER for them.
I'm just hoping everyone who's at home is watching Fanny and not watching her eat my furniture. Carry on.
It was formed in the late 1800s with the objective to hold field trial events with the purpose of improving field qualities as well as type. When the NBC, National Beagle Club, initially applied for admission to the AKC as a specialty club, they were denied because the American English Beagle Club, or American Beagle Club, as it was also known, refused to sanction admission. Yeah. But the new club you've heard of the Black Dinner, haven't you? No, just kidding.
I was like, no, do tell. Spill the tea, Will. Spill the tea.
Well, they invited everybody over from the American Beagle Club for dinner, and next morning we had NBC.
Is that the Peacock?
Oh, I'd already said that part.
Okay.
But the new club forged ahead with its plans and eventually emerged with the American Beagle Club. Okay, I guess I was wrong about the Black Dinner. And was thereafter known as the National Beagle Club of America. The breed standard was revised in 1900 to put more emphasis on running gear and thus the function of the beagle breed.
Oh, interesting.
People don't realize they're sporting hounds. They're athletes.
Yeah.
They need to run all day. The first National Beagle Club field trial scheduled to be held in Hyannis, Massachusetts in 1890. In 1916, James Appleton, president of the NBC from 1910 to 1942, that's a long time.
That is a long time.
Peters and George W. Post, both directors of the American Kennel Club, Chetwood Smith, Ted Lucas, the Honorable Philip Phipps of Wheatley Beagles, and C. Oliver Island, president of the NBC from 1942 to 1971, formed the Institute Corporation and purchased the Institute Farm, which I was just telling you about, which is in Aldi, Virginia.
That's where every Beagle National is held.
No, every 5 years we have it at Aldi.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
The very first Canadian, I think so, the very first Canadian Beagle to win NBC was Leonard G. Clancy Lower the Boom. Buddy Beagle, shown by myself, owned by Bill and Sue Gear.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure he was the first Canadian bred and owned Beagle to win NBC. We won it at Aldi. So it was very special for Bill. Bill was with me at the time, and it was so special for him.
I remember those. I remember you coming home from that. Yeah.
He'd been going to those nationals his whole life. And good thing they didn't have cell phones back then, because he would have been on the phone the entire time telling the whole world. Because he was so excited. He was so excited.
Well, rightly so,
There's little Buddy Beagle. Okay.
Buddy
I have
Beagle.
A portrait of him over here. In 1970, a small group of confirmation beaglers, also regular members of the NBC, held the first National Beagle Club, especially in many years, at the Institute Farm in Aldi, Virginia. Increasing pressure for representation of the confirmation beaglers in NBC brought about the establishment of a second classification of memberships for those interested in confirmation. Supporting membership status in 1980, the supporting membership was granted permission to draw up its own bylaws to govern the specialty show activities.
So my question for you, so then in the Beagle Club, you're like either your confirmation or your like pack?
I don't know if it's still like that or not, because I was back then I was just showing because I started breeding them, but I never joined NBC, and as a handler I wasn't I don't think I was allowed to just become an NBC member. That's a good question, though, from my friend Eddie Zook. Maybe I'll ask Eddie that question. But the website...
Megan, write that down.
Write that down, Megan. Remind Will to call Eddie. The website, www.nationalbeagleclub.org, is full of resources, PowerPoint presentations, and videos.
Right. Cool. That is very cool. So, the next big parent club that's around.
Do we know what time we started?
I got a timer going.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So anyway, the next big parent club that we are going to give you some information on is the German Shepherd Dog Club of Canada. And their website is www.gsdcc.ca. So the German Shepherd Dog Club of Canada is the country's oldest active specialty breed club since its inception in 1922. Wow. And it is dedicated to the preservation and betterment of the German Shepherd dog. The club has over 15 awards that are given out annually for the membership to compete with their dogs for. They have their own temperament test, the TEC AKC, Temperament Evaluation Certified. The objective of the temperament test is to judge the dog's natural response to different situations while evaluating stability, shyness, aggressiveness, and friendliness, as well as the dog's instinct to protect its owner or itself in the face of a threat. That'd be interesting to see that, right?
Yes, it would be.
I wonder how, because I wonder how they, like, how they actually test that, like what exercises they use to perform the test, right? So this is like some crazy person coming at you with a bat, or somebody popping out from behind a bush. Like, what's going on? So I'm sure it's very, very dignified, not like us. Anyway, the host maturity shows across the country every year. And the website has information on the breed, the breeders, and events held by the club. Now, this is a specialty that I've always wanted to go to, that I will get to one. I'm going to go. I have like my bucket list of specialties, nationals that I would like to attend. And this is definitely one, because German Shepherds, their presentation alone, and it's
they have it every year in Kitchener here.
Yeah, I know that. Yes,
I went one year to meet up with Lenny Brown.
Yeah,
and I sat and watched for an hour or so. I don't know how they do it. It's like training you have to be a marathon trainer to get ready for the Shepherd special.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, you can't, like, because isn't their ring like basically the size of a football field? Like,
and it's basically a hockey rink with grass in it,
Yeah, like
away they go,
And they go for a long time too, don't they?
Yeah.
And then their their futurity and maturity stuff, their Grand Victor and Grand Victress and all of that. Yeah. That just sounds like like I said, that's one of my bucket list nationals to go to, is the German Shepherd Dog Club of Canada and America too, right? So it would be fascinating. But that's I didn't realize it was the oldest active breed club in Canada. Nice.
That's amazing.
Yes. And now for the oldest parent club in AKC. And this, now that I read it, I'm like, well, that probably makes sense, which is the American Spaniel Club. And they just had their big show.
Yeah, international.
2 weeks ago, was it?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. It's always in January. We know that. It's always in January. So, and that is... once again, it's a great show to go see because it is all spaniels.
Oh, it's an event, and the winner of Spaniel Club every year is held high. Like it's one of those, again, a bucket list win for dogs.
Yeah, for sure. So it was established in 1881, and it was initially dedicated to all spaniel breeds, but later narrowed its focus primarily to the American Cocker Spaniel. The club played a pivotal role in developing the breed standards and promoting the versatility of spaniels in both conformation and field trials. This historical legacy makes ASC not only the oldest, but one of the most influential clubs within the AKC's history. Interesting fact, for decades, spaniel breeds were sorted by weight. If a dog weighed 28 pounds or more, it was a field or Springer Spaniel. If less, it was a Cocker Spaniel, and scales were kept ringside at shows like Wickets are today for measuring height.
Wow, isn't that interesting? Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? Do you feel chunky today? Yeah. Do you feel like a Cocker or a little bit like a Springer?
Well, I remember when I was growing up, we had American Cocker Spaniels a little bit as well. Yeah. My mother was really fond of them, still is.
God.
But we used to, our first American Cocker kennel that we visited and ended up breeding with was Duffville Cocker Spaniels. And Bill and Betty Smith, who they're very great friends of Gloria Garinger. Back then it was...
okay.
Yeah, Gloria Mitchum. But we used to go to the house, and I was just a kid. But there are these dogs. I remember this old dog came in. Her name was Duffy, and I thought Duffy was a Welsh Springer Spaniel. Well, Duffy was an American Cocker Spaniel. She was just an old Featherfoot type and taller. And I thought she was beautiful, but...
Yep.
It was just amazing the differences. If you look at, because they had dogs there. Their dogs lived to I remember a 17-year-old in the kitchen that you had to tap the food bowl on the ground so they could feel the vibration to walk over and eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so having dogs that old, they had different styles because the new dogs.
And a lot of people don't realize, like, they just think, of what we see today. But like pet groomers will tell you, like, some of these cocker spaniels that come into the pet shop. I mean, they look like kind of like littler field spaniels. And, no, it's a cocker spaniel. And you're like, okay, but yeah, but that's.
I can still remember sitting in Bill's living room and we're looking at a dog named Thumper. And Bill described him as a big-coated dog. Well, he wasn't big-coated for now, but for back then in the early 70s, he was a big-coated dog, And, I thought he was lovely, but it was just fun. And I remember that's when I first met Gloria, too, was through Bill and Betty Smith. Yeah. So she had a picture of me in my pajamas sleeping. She used to always hold it over my head whenever she saw me. I still have that picture.
So, anyhow, by 1908, the now American Spaniel Club established breed standards for better defined what made a cocker and not a field or Springer Spaniel. The ASC has an extensive website with all sorts of history archives, as well as events, health, competitive sports, breeder referrals, and the current standard. Wow. So there.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That just shows you how important these breed clubs are and how long they've been around and what you can learn being a member of these clubs. So,
yeah. And they, like I said.
I think I learned stuff just now, just reading some of this that Maggie came up with.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope everyone got a little bit out of that. And remember, if you haven't already, for those of us who do belong to breed clubs, memberships are due still. And I'm going to give a shout out to the old English Setter Club, Kathy Hawker, who's our membership chair. Thank you for the email, Kathy. And I sent my membership money.
Check is in the mail.
I e-transferred, but I still have to do my American one. Like I told you, I am terrible at that. Terrible.
I guess you can't really say check is in the mail anymore, can you? Because I don't even think I have a checkbook anymore.
I know. I do have. It's in the back of a drawer somewhere, but I don't really use it. But anyhow, there's lots of different methods. But for those of you that have not paid up your memberships, get on it.
Guess who I interviewed this morning?
Who?
Doug Johnson, and not there's two Doug Johnsons, and both are master breeders.
They are. America. Yes.
So when you say Doug Johnson, everybody gets excited because either one.
Yes, you must specify this time.
Yes. So today I interviewed Doug Johnson from Bugaboo, Old English Sheepdogs, and Roadhouse.
Nice.
Fame. And it was a fabulous interview.
Great.
So I hope you all tune in. It probably will be out not this week, but probably next week.
And that's on the Canine Chronicle.
Canine Chronicle TV and Dog Show Tips YouTube channel.
Right. Excellent.
The YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel. I'll definitely try and watch that one for sure.
That was a wonderful interview, and the Canadian connection between Bugaboo is fascinating. So.
Oh, really? Oh, that's even. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely tune into that then.
He has a lot of Canadian content from Doug because he showed up here a lot. So he had a lot of friends up here that were very influential to him as well. So it was a very great interview, and I hope to follow up with Colton and Heather eventually as the next generation of the Johnsons.
Yeah,
that family it's amazing. He was telling me the stories, and when I was almost getting goosebumps listening to him, how family oriented Doug is, and Michael and his wife. It's amazing what they've built. It really is.
Yeah, that's great. Amazing. Oh, good. I can't wait to see that then. Can't wait to see that
interview.
All right. Okay.
So, moving on,
because I'm getting excited because.
Oh, why are you getting excited?
Because it's time. It's getting closer and closer to the garden.
Oh,
I'm getting so excited.
Yes.
I'm gonna get to go on an airplane.
Oh gosh. Can you hear that dog?
No, I keep telling you, I think that's in your
Okay,
head.
good. Maybe it's just in my head.
I think so.
I keep every time I hear them, I think because I've been watching Dracula, I just watched Nosferatu. I'm thinking, oh, the children of the night. What a sweet sound they make. Oh. Meanwhile, that's what Dracula should have said. He should have stuck his head out the window of that castle and said,
Exactly. Shut your pie hole. Sorry. All right. So we got more Westminster extravaganza, some more information. So this week
more history.
More history. We got Megan, trusty Megan. She looked up more stuff for us. And then we are calling this the Westminster's the Repeaters. The repeat winners.
Westminster repeat winners.
Repeat winners. So
yes.
Do you want to do these?
You can start off if you want.
Okay.
I'll just jump in.
All right. So these are dogs that have won Westminster two times. Un, dos.
Just in case you were confused by the previous introduction.
Oh, my camera just fell.
Oh, now you're Wilson.
Carolyn, help me. Carolyn, my camera fell. I'm drowning.
So the repeat winners. I guess I better take over then, since
Help me. Help.
So in 1930 and 31, the Wire Fox Terrier, Penling's Calling of Blarney, won two best of shows. John G. Bates was the owner.
There, it's good. Okay.
Okay, it says it won twice, and the next one has. This one doesn't say have 2 dates. This one only has. These all have single dates.
No. If you got to look. This was the gentleman that showed the dog. He's won Best in Show twice.
Oh, I see.
Now you get
that
it.
Have won Best in Show twice.
Yes, this is dogs or handlers.
Oh, okay. All right. So we.
Do you got it now?
Both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is a jam-packed episode again.
It really is. Yeah. Okay.
Bell's got a headache.
I think I'm kind of lost now. So.
Okay, where did you land off? Now
I just have the first one, John G. Bates.
All right, so Hallie McClure in 1932 with the Pointer, champion Nan Collith Markable, and then in 1939, Ferry von Pfefferheisen of Geralda, the Doberman fencer.
Pfefferheisen, like
Heisenberg. I don't know how to say that. I don't think anybody from there is going to complain.
No.
All right. Robert Gorman was next in 1942 with the West Highland White Terrier, champion Wolvie Pattern of Edgerstone, West Highland White Terrier, and then in 1958, champion Putton Cove's Promise from Standard Poodle.
Standard Poodle.
Yep.
Yeah. Putton Cove is a very famous name in Center Poodles.
Yes. And then you want me to keep going?
You can.
Okay. And then H.E. Mellenthin in 1940 and 41 won with champion My Own Brucey, an American Cocker.
Yeah, and I still can see pictures of him in my head. And he was an old-style American Cocker Spaniel. He had not a lot of furnishings. But you could see his structure, even in the pictures today.
Right.
My Own Brucey. Yeah.
Cool. And then Nate Levine in 1947 with champion Warlord of Maislane, a boxer. And then in 1951 with champion Bang Away of Shira Crest, the boxer. Remember, we talked about that dog a couple of weeks ago. And then Peter Knoop, is that how you say it? Knoop in 19...
He was a wonderful judge. You never showed to Peter Knoop?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he was a wonderful judge.
No, I don't think so. So in 1952 and in 53, he won Best in Show with the Doberman champion Rancho's Dobes Storm. And then George Ward won in 1962 with champion Elfenbrock Simon, a West Highland White Terrier.
You know who owned that dog?
No, who?
Patty Keenan's mother, Barbara.
Really? Aw. Patty Keenan, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Then in 1985, champion Brayburn's Close Encounter, the Scottish Terrier.
Famous Scotty, yes.
Okay, and then in 71 and in 72, Clint Harris won with the English Springer Spaniel. Champion, how do you say that? Chino's
Adamant James.
Adamant James.
Yeah. DJ. The name was DJ.
DJ.
Yeah.
So, okay, you can do a couple of these now.
And Bill Traynor, who was, I don't know, Bill Traynor was probably the gentleman handler of the dog shows back in his day, and everybody loved Bill. He showed for Anne Snelling, Canadian woman from Ottawa, and she won Best Show twice with her dogs, and Bill showed them both. In 79 was the Irish Water Spaniel champion Oak Tree's Aristocrat, one of my favorite sporting dogs of all time. I still remember the photo shoot of him on the dock soaking wet. And then in 82, Bill again piloted the Pekingese champion St. Aubrey's Dragonor of Elliston, which is bred by Bill and Nigel.
Oh, yep.
Anyway, then we had to jump all the way to 2004 to Michelle Ostermiller, who is now Michelle Scott. And she won in 2004 with the Newfie, Darby Dale's All Rise Pouch Cove. And then in 2005, she won with the German Shorthair bitch. Cam Points, BJ Keys, Autumn Rose. Harley.
Yep.
And then our friend of the show in 2000, Kelly Fitzgerald, won with champion Silence and Aaron's Shameless. And again in 2007, she won with Felicity's Diamond Jim, both Springer Spaniels.
Right.
Then in 2001, another friend of the show, Scott Summer, the Bichon Free champion Special Times Just Right, JR. And then in 2009, champion Classics 3D Grinchy Glee, the Sussex Spaniel. Stumpy.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. And then in 2003, champion Torum's Scarf Michael, the Kerry Blue, shown by Bill McFadden. And then Bill also won in 2018 with champion Bell Creek's All I Care About Is Love, the Bichon Frise. Yes. And then David Fitzpatrick in 2012 won with the Pekingese.
Now we've moved on to 3-time winners.
No, not yet.
Yes. Oh, no. I thought he won 3. No, you're right. Just 2.
Just 2. Champion Palace Gardens.
It just seems like David wins all the time. So that's
I know. Right? It's just like, it's actually, we're sitting here. What? Only 2? So anyway, in 2012, he won with Palace Gardens Malachi, the Pekingese. And then in 2021, champion P-Quest Wasabe, the Pekingese as well. All right. So now let's go to 3-time winners, Will.
You can go ahead. Donald Monroe.
Okay, so Donald Monroe in 1907, 1908, and 1909 with champion Warren Remedies, the Wire Fox Terrier.
That's amazing. 3 years in a row. Wow.
Yeah. And then Anne Hone at that time, Rogers Clark, won in 1956 with champion Wilbur White Swan, a toy poodle. And then once again in 1959 with champion Fontclair Festoon, the mini poodle. And in 1961, champion Capoquin Little Sister, another toy poodle. Do you want to do, and then do you want me to do this one too?
I can, it's up to you. Go ahead.
Okay. And then, now this is, remember, 3 times, Gabriel Rangel won.
Friend of the show.
In 2010 with champion Roundtown Mercedes of Mary Scott, the Scottish Terrier. 2014 champion Afterfall Painting the Sky, the Wire Fox. After All Painting the Sky, the Wire Fox. And 2019 champion King Arthur Van Foleny Home, also another Wire Fox Terrier. Fantastic.
Wow, it's incredible. You think about that 3 times, and now we're moving on to 4 times.
4
and there's
times.
only 2 handlers that have won it 4 times.
Yes.
First one being Percy Roberts. In 1926, the Wire Fox Terrier championed Signal's Circuit of Halston. And in 1927, the Celium championed Pingrade's Perfection. And 34 champion Florinel's Spicy Bit of Halston, another Wire Fox Terrier from the St. Kennedy showed for. And then again in 1937, same one.
No, it's not. I did that too.
Piece of Halston.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Florinel's Spicy Piece of Halston. Not a bit, but a piece.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yes. And then the other.
My all-time favorite, Peter Green.
Peter Green.
1968 with the Lakeland champion Stingrays of Derrybaugh. And he was also best in show at Crufts, that dog.
Was he?
Yes, in 1977, Dersod's Bobby's Girl, the Celium. 1994, Chidley William the Conqueror, Norwich Terrier. And then 1998,
Champion Fairwood Frolic.
Fairwood Frolic. Rocky.
Yes. Was not William Rocky's sire, or no?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I can't remember. Anyway. But yeah, that was exciting.
That's so impressive. 4 best in shows. And whenever you go to Westminster and you see the pictures of the best in shows and you see Pete there 4 times, it's like, oh my, he's Mr. Westminster. Yeah.
Yep, he certainly is. So that's that. There's some interesting information there.
Yep.
Neat stuff.
Getting closer.
Getting closer. Getting so excited. So excited.
Yeah. So what did you find on the internet this week? Anything?
Well, this week, I don't know why, but maybe just because I'm exhausted all the time. But I found this, and it keeps coming up on my feed. But it's this app called Rise. So it's about your sleep patterns and whatever. So I took the plunge. I went down the rabbit hole. I started reading. Stop it. I read a little bit about it, see what it does. I think it cost me $24 for the year. So I bought it. So what it does is it asks you a bunch of questions about your lifestyle.
It tells you to go buy NyQuil.
Yeah. That's what Faith does. She loves NyQuil, that kid. Anyway.
I used to love NyQuil.
Yeah. So
this isn't NyQuil, this is
it's not NyQuil. That was so funny. Anyway, so it asks you a bunch of questions about your life, your lifestyle, and if you're lying, you're only lying to yourself. So you answer it as honestly as possible. And so, and then I wear my my Fitbit to bed so it can see how much I wake up or whatever. And I don't sleep through the night. Rarely do I sleep like through the night. I usually have to get up at some point to go pee. The dog sleeps with us, so got the dog always irritating me, and then I have Darren irritating me too, because he's having some sort of war.
Give him NyQuil.
Hello, NyQuil. Anyway, but it shows you energy patterns that you're going to have for the next day. And I'm going to have to say it right on the money. Well, right on the money, because it tells me when I'm going to peak my energy. Like, this is a time to start doing stuff because this is when you're going to do it. And my peak time is actually I start at 8:00. That's when I need to start doing stuff. And then I'm good until about 1. And then I have a dip. So doing the podcast during this time is good because I'm useless anyway.
That's pretty good.
And then I have another rise just before 5, and then I'm supposed to start winding down at about 8:00. And then but I've been trying to go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you found on the internet this week.
Yeah, that's what I found. I found my peaks and valleys for my energy. So, it's hard to live my life, Will. It really is.
I know. Well, this might have helped you too.
What?
Back in 1886, when the Coca-Cola first came out, it had 4 milligrams of cocaine in it when it first came out. And it was developed by a man named Mr. Pemberton. And he bottled it as a medicinal product at the time. And to this day, Coca-Cola is allowed to import coca leaves, and they're shipped to a plant in New Jersey that takes the cocaine out of them, so it still has the flavor of the coca leaves in it.
Sure.
Yeah, you dare to snort Coca-Cola? It burns. Like when you laugh and you coca comes out your nose.
I'm glad you clarified that, because I was like, where are you going with this, Will? Coke snorting dog show drive.
Coca-Cola.
No wonder they're getting skinny.
But I got a surprise in the mail today. Well, I wasn't surprised, but I was excited to get it. I got this.
That's that book. Take them around, please.
Take them around, please. The Tom Horner, the Art of Judging Dogs. Lorna Menaker sent this to me. Thank you so much, Lorna. She put a post on Facebook. She was so excited about this book. I said, all I put was, I'm so jealous. And she sent me one. So thank you, Lorna. I have it. I will treasure it. I can't wait to read it. I'm going to start tonight. I'll read it before Westminster, so I'm ready.
Good, because I hate to see you unprepared.
But thank you so much, Lorna. It was a very, very thoughtful, and I will treasure it. Thank you.
So that is what we found on the internet this week, brought to you by Canadian Dog Fancier, where the fancy gathers.
Where the fancy gathers.
Is that better?
Good line. That is good, yes.
Thank you. I thought of that myself. So, let our listeners know about the YouTube. And
no, there's no podcast. That's what, if you finish reading what you wrote.
Well, I was trying to do you can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, blah, blah, blah. Any questions or ideas, send us to...
What Megan, what she wanted to get across to the listeners is that there is no podcast on Westminster Week, as we are busy that week.
Right, but we still have one next
to do something.
Week.
You and I, because we're there together, so we'll promise to do something there.
Not sure what it's going to be. Not sure how it's going to turn out.
And now here's the big thing. This is the winner of the trivia question. I think
you should do
this.
Trivia question.
Yeah. Tell them what they win, Yvonne.
This week, our winner wins a Winnebago. And our winner is...
Quote, equipped dog show motor coach.
And toy hose. And our winner is Carolyn.
Oh my God, you guys!
No, you're supposed to yell out loud, Carolyn. She was supposed
Oh my God, you guys!
Well, you can't let people know that she works for you, because then there might be they might get in trouble for that. It's like winning the lottery when you work at Becker's. Is there still Becker's?
I don't know. Is there? I'm not sure. Anyway, so nobody wrote in, which we're a little bit sad about. You could have participated, folks. It'll be easier if you do. So,
and now we splurged on Carolyn's prize, so that's it. Now it's just a two.
There will be no more trivia questions for the year.
More motor. What do they call it?
No more motor coaches.
Coaches.
Anyway,
just the motor coach for Carolyn. She'll be going to dog shows in style all summer long now, because she was the only one to answer the question.
She's going to drag
Can you tell them the question and the answer?
So the question was, what married couple have both won Best in Show at the Garden? And you were to name the year and the breed, and I believe the dog's name. So we know that it was the Forsyth, Bob's and Jane's.
Bob and Jane
Forsyth.
Bob won. Check those algorithms again. See when you're peaking and stuff.
I'm in a dip right now. I could take a nap like that. Okay, so anyway, Bob won in 1964 with the Whippet, champion Courtney Fleetfoot of Pennyworth under Len Carey, and in 1970, the year of my birth, Jane won with the boxer champion Ariba's Prima Donna. And that was under Anna Catherine Nicholas. Wow.
Great win.
Yep. So that is that. So I think that's plenty, Will. I think
it's plenty. I'm sure people are bored of us by now. They probably all left to get snacks and stuff. And
I think I am.
later.
I mean, yeah. So
Do we have next week's topics? It says next week's topic.
I'm not sure what our topic will be. I don't know what our topic will be, but we got more really good Westminster
history from Megan.
Yep. Yes. That we got that.
There's a dog show coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Wildwood Kennel Club. So we have that to talk
so we'll
about.
have some of those. Some more closing dates.
And I'm away in West Springfield judging. So
oh, right. So you'll have fun.
Something to say about that. Yeah.
I'm not away. I'll be here.
You're in Thunder Bay.
I'll be shoveling. No, I won't be. I don't shovel. Darren actually
You'll be having soup in Thunder Bay.
Soup, yes. Because
soup
fills you up and keeps you going.
Keeps you going. You don't need that app. You've got soup.
I got soup. No, it was funny because Darren came in while we were taping because I had to go buy a new belt for the snowblower because he wanted to go home right after work to snowblow the driveway because he loves his snowblower. And there's a lot of snow out there. I think we got like this much.
That's a lot of snow.
Like a lot.
We have snow, but it's not.
No, we got
crazy.
lots. It came down. Crazy. It came down like buckets. So anyway.
All right, Yvonne, get us out of here. Take us home.
For everyone driving this weekend, stay safe. Seatbelts on, glasses on. Bye.
Seatbelts on, glasses. Stay safe, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
Clark, stop scratching.
Because you never know who might come out.
Okay, I can't find that thing you want me to find.
You press that and more comes up.
They're not even a real
Yeah, there's no crying in dog shows.
You're not getting anything good here, dog.